evening, everybody. Um, I'm just coming on to say good evening. I know I haven't put up a video for the last couple of days. But I've been busy, as you see, finishing decorating. I did all my lights and stuff. Um, but I kind of wanted to touch bases with you all. The last couple of days have been really, really for rough. Sorry, it is 11:35 in the evening when I'm recording this. So I've been a little exhausted. But the last couple of days have been truly rough. Um, my mother-in-law has been sundowning, so she hasn't really been sleeping at night very well. Um, and it's been totally stressful. She's been more confused. The pain and the emotion seeing her go through it and the confusion has been really hard for us. Tonight was a first major thing. She had issues this evening with right before dinner time, I guess you can say. It was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She went to go get up off the chair, and she was extremely lightheaded and dizziness. She sometimes tends to get up a little quicker than normal. Um, so it is very most likely sure and positive that it was from how quick that she got up out of her chair to um, stand. Um, you know, as a CNA, when we try to get patients to get up, we try to get them to get up slowly. Sometimes it's a little hard with her. Sometimes she just, when she gets her burst and she just wants to pop right up out of the chair and uh, zoom around the house. Um, and So, we had to get her to sit down. And then the other thing was the trembling of her leg. A lot of times, um, with her dementia and Alzheimer's, her leg, she'll bounce her leg a lot. And that's, one of the things why I touched base on earlier when I started my videos about sensory. Because it kind of calms them and relaxes them and gets them in putting their mind elsewhere. Um, she also had a little bit of um, agitation today, which was a little um, frustrating for us because we felt like no matter what we tried, we couldn't make her feel any at ease at all. So it was very difficult and devastating for us. I did have to call the hospice. And with it being Saturday, they only had two night girls on, and um, they had a ton of patients to deal with and other issues going on with other clients. So they end up giving me a call back like 5 hours later. Thank God, knock on wood, that it wasn't nothing like major where I really needed them to be here. Um, and I did end up you know, giving her a little bit of medicine to calm her down and to get her more relaxed. And that seemed to be helping. She just went to bed about 10 o'clock. Um, so I thought I would, it's 11:38, almost 11:40. I figured I'd jump out here and do a video and apologize to everybody for not posting anytime soon. It's just been really hard. She's been praying a lot more. She says that she's, been talking to angels and to her deceased husband a lot, which is really scary for me because I know the more that she talks about this, the closer her time is coming. Um, and it's really hard. And my husband to be is it's starting to bother him and take a toll on his heart and his mind quite a bit. And I can see it in him. Um, and I guess, being her full time caregivers, um, it's a little bit more frustrating because we don't have. Sorry, y'all. I need a cigarette. We don't get that, break. We're her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Um, we did try sending her to a hospice house. They lost her hearing aid, which has never happened to us before. And somehow, one way or another, it got flushed. Um, and they never offered to replace it, or anything like that. And now that's been about, I'd say about a month to 6 weeks, um, since all that started. All they could do was apologize to me for it, so I had to buy her a new hearing aid. Um, our plan was to allow her to go, for a second time without her hearing aid, because I just bought her that one and I didn't want nothing happening to it. Um, we're supposed to get married on the 18th, um, and so we thought the 19th, we'd let her go to the hospice house to give it a second try. But with all the second wave of what's going on and the shutdowns, and they couldn't guarantee me that she could be in her own room. Um, and that kind of makes me a little nervous, to be possibly around COVID patients and then staff dealing with those COVID patients. She is in her 90s, so I'm really uneased about sending her. So most likely we're not going to do that. We'll just, eventually down the road, um, find some time for each other. And I think that's another big thing with us right now is we really don't have no, time for us. We don't ever get a break just for us or just even spend like 10, 15 minutes together. Like right now, I'm up. She is in bed, as I said, but she's not asleep yet. So, and before I got on, I noticed that she, was there laying down, and so I thought I would stay up for a little bit, as I said earlier, and do this live. Um, you know, um, to you know, uh, just vent a little bit. Basically, I needed to vent, and this is one way I do it. Um, and it's not easy at all, you all. I have to be honest. It is really taking a toll. Um, and it's hard for him to see uh, his mom go through this. Um, and I'm really trying to be the stronger person in all this, but I think that is becoming more and more difficult for me to do that. Um, I don't know, you know, um, how we are gonna get through this, but we will. Um, and I know that God, has us at the end of the day. Um, and although sometimes I just feel like there's no end, no relief to any of this. Um, and it's devastating to sit here and watch her basically dying. Um, and it hurts because I feel so bad. I feel so bad for her. And I just wish I can take all her pain and all her suffering, but I can't. Um, So I ask that you guys please keep us in prayer and keep her in prayer if you're watching this. Um, and I will update you guys tomorrow. She ate really good today. Um, and we took her for a car ride. Um, just to get out of the house for a little bit, and she enjoyed that. Um, hoping that to kind of get her mind off of things. She don't understand, the whole thing that's going on in society. She don't understand that why people wear masks or distancing, and it's it's really hard. It's really hard because no matter how much we try to explain to her, um, she don't understand. She thinks, well, nuts for running around with masks on because she don't get what's going on in society, and um, I feel really bad for her. Honestly, sorry about my nails, y'all. I really need to do them. I just been, you know, going through a lot, emotionally and physically, and um, I've learned sometimes, me going live helps me cope a little better. Although I'm talking to myself, well, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm kind of, you guys can't talk back. So I don't know. It's really, really hard. It really is. I don't know, how many people out there have loved ones that have Alzheimer's and dementia. Um, but she is in her end stages. We've already got that verification. And you know, I try to watch my regulars a lot. The people that inspire me and uplift me. As I said in the other videos, father and autism is one, and I do watch Amy. She does a lot of Jeffrey's meal preps, and she does other stuff too. Um, and of course, Thrifty Tiffany. But it's just not been um, easy. And I've been trying to take my mind off of things and get things in order. For uh, my wedding and all that stuff, and try to just stay focused and, you know, truly keep in mind God knows what He's doing. And um, He wanted to put this in my path if He didn't think I could handle it. And sorry, you all, that was my phone, um, which I need to turn down. Um, so it's, you know, one of those things where, I just gotta really focus and pray and then ask God to take, you know, all the pain and agony and the stress and give me the strength um, to continue to do what I'm doing. Um, because caring for the elderly and the sickly is really my passion, you all. Um, and I like helping people that can't, maybe afford to have a team come in, and I don't mind doing it at all. It just, I never expected it to hit home this close. Um, and thank God, like I told you guys before, for my sister, because she had, um, her hands involved with my dad, and caring for him and to the full capacity. I think I would, if I was there, I think I would have probably lost my mind last year, because that is my dad, and I don't know if I could have handled that mentally or physically. Honestly, I don't. Um, and I think that would have been more devastating for me. Um, just in reality, because I am daddy's little girl. Um, I love my mother-in-law. I call her mom. But it's really hard for me to see her going through this, and um, I don't, um, I don't know how to put this. I guess sometimes I just question, you know, what God's doing, or if there is a God, um, because I sit and watch her, and um, it's really hard. It's really hard, and my heart truly goes out to any other family members that are dealing with this, or dealing with a loved one that is sickly, and they have to care for them full time. And it is the most devastating thing that somebody can do. And to be asked of you to, watch your loved one die. It's really, no, don't get me wrong. I love doing it. She's my mother-in-law. She's like my secondary mom. And um, it's just hard, you all. I don't know really how to express how hard it is, because I see it. I see it coming, and no matter how much I try to make myself be ready for it, I don't think I'm ever really gonna be ready for it. Um, and although she is, um, I want to say almost like, I really want to say a hot ass. um, but she can be very hot headed, and sometimes worse than a teenager. Do you have a teenager just, or had a teenager that ever just gets mad and stomps their feet and goes off to their room and, yells at you? Or that's how she is, honestly. She really is like that. Um, and it tickles me pink. Because I remember my teenage girls doing that. Not so much my sons. But yeah, it's I don't know, you know, yeah. And I think today of all days, I just really wish, you know, I could talk to my dad. As you all know, he passed last year. Um, and not seeing her, not being able to have those moments with her kids, eats me up inside so bad, because that's the most devastating thing for a mother. She's dying, and her kids don't even have the decency to call her to say Happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas or to even send a card to her. Um, it's so heartbreaking. I don't understand. And I know that hurts her. I know it hurts her more than anything. And God, I only wish I could. And I've tried, but it don't work, you all. It does not work at all. I've tried. Um, my tears are running down in my nose and stuff. um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think or what to do. You know, I'm just hoping she makes it to Christmas. I would love to see her make it to her birthday, which is in February. But I don't know, you all. It's getting worse. It's getting real bad. And she's so confused. She don't know where she's at half the time. She can be in a living room watching TV, and she don't know how to get out of the living room just to go to the bathroom. She won't remember how to get up out of her chair to go to the bathroom or to come into the kitchen. And I know she's scared. I know she's scared. I know she's scared to die. I just wish I knew what to do to make her feel not so scared and to help her and to have that peace. I want that so bad for her. I really do. Well, enough about that, you all. So, I did finish decorating you all these cabinets, and I did the ones over there. I kind of fixed my lights over there above my other huts. Um, I did put a little Christmas tree down on the counter um, and whatnot. I did my living room as well. I'll have to take a video tomorrow of it so I can show you all. But I'll be making, on a positive note, um, I'm going to be making my wedding cake the day before. Um, and the food as well. Oh, excuse me, you all. It's been a long day. Couple of days. I haven't really slept at all. I've been really stressing and very um, watchful of her um, to make sure she's okay, you know. And I know it's hard for her. And I know I said that before, but I see it. I see it in her face. I see the scare in her eyes. And I don't know. Um, and I know my husband to be is terrified to lose his mom because he lost his dad and he cared for his dad. And I don't know how to take his pain either. And I wish I could carry it all, but I can't. Um, I can't. God won't allow me, and um, I'm sorry. I can't help. I'm so emotional tonight. Um, but I just kind of wanted to brief you guys. We're gonna still do the wedding for her, and whatnot, um, and hope and pray for the best out of all this, um, and try to give her the best days that she can possibly have. Um, Tomorrow we're gonna do movie night, so we'll be watching Hallmark um, tomorrow night on TV, and I'll be making popcorn and doing stuff for her where she can eat it because she can't really eat popcorn. But I do buy those little popcorns. They're like cheese puffs, but they look like popcorn. um, and they dissolve in her mouth easier. So I don't have to worry so much about her choking. Um, and I love those. My kids used to love them when they were younger. Um, and I don't know. We'll see what else. I did buy some chocolate, so maybe I'll make some s'mores tomorrow night too. She might like that. Or maybe I'll do like a s'mores pie. Um, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's really bugging me. My lights ain't on up over there. Like these are. Uh, so um, I don't know. We'll see you all. I just kind of wanted to touch base with you all and let you know how she's doing and what's going on with her in general. Um, and, kind of vent a little bit about how I'm feeling. Um, I don't, I don't know honestly how I'm gonna handle this emotionally when it happens. I feel like it's so different. When it's a loved one, and let me be honest, when it's a loved one, things are much more difficult than they would be if I was working in the nursing home. Although I kind of am an emotional ward. That's just my personality. And I get very attached to people, especially good people. Um, and when something happens, it makes me really emotional. It can upset me. People I care about, I don't like to be, I don't tolerate people messing with them and being hurtful to them. Um, and um, I don't tolerate that type of behavior at all. So I just try to deal with everything. And I've had a hard life, and um, I don't know. I've lost people in my life, um, and I don't know. I just pray God has me at this, honestly, because I'm probably gonna really lose it. I'm probably gonna really lose it, you all. And I just pray that I can stay strong through this whole ordeal, um, to the end, um, because my husband to be really needs that. He needs to feel as if he can be the weak one in the time of his mom, and I feel he needs to be as well, because it is really hard for him. Um, and it's not something he can handle even mentally with hospice right now. He accepts him being here, but um, it was hard for him when he lost his dad. He had to do it by himself, and he feels like he's doing it all over again. And I told him, you know, he's a good guy. There's not too many people Men, I don't know too many men that would do this for their mom or their dad, honestly. And um, yes, he has good days and he has bad days, and we all do, so um, it's never easy. And I don't know, I just know I need to stay strong, um, not only for her, but for him as well. And I'm not the healthiest person in the world. Um, yes, I smoke cigarettes, only cigarettes. Um, but I also drink my coffee. But I have COPD and I've had two major heart surgeries. Um, and um, I have a lot of other health issues. Uh, so, and honestly, this is people that do work in the medical field that I do know have told me that it's taken a toll on me. They're worried that I'm going to end up, having a stroke or a heart attack with the stress. But I told them I need to do this. I need to do this for her and for my husband to be. Um, and I'm not going to stop. Um, and I'm not going to give up. I'm not ready to accept what's happening completely. I know it's happening mentally. Um, but I guess you can kind of say I'm not ready to let it go. Um, I'm really not. So I'm going to fight this fight as much as I can. I'm going to try. Um, and I really, honestly, I'm all she has and her son. So, um, and where his mind is right now with his mom dying, I pretty much do what I got to do to help take care of her and to care for her. And I understand what it's like to lose a parent. So, um, I just wish that his siblings would put their big boy pants on and their grown woman skirts on or pants and, you know, um, be a part of their mom before she passed. Um, and like I said before, I've tried. It's never going to happen. We tried allowing her to talk to them on the phone. They got her upset, really upset, to the point where she really went downhill. So, it that made the situation worse. It agitated her quite a bit. It upset her. She was crying, which made in return made me mad. Um, and very hostile. I don't have no respect for them at all. Honestly, I think they're a bunch of crap. Um, and I feel that way, you know, even though I wasn't in the same state technically and lived in the same state with my dad. Anytime I was able to be home, I would see my dad um, on a daily basis. Um, when I would leave out, I'd be there to say goodbye to him. He would know where I was going um, and why I was going. And that's a whole nother story, you all. Um, but it is, a very disturbing feeling to me, you know, not to be there for your mom, you know. I mean, I don't live in the same state with my mom. My mom is not well, but I call my mom every day, sometimes two and three times a day. Um, Not to be funny, but it's the truth. Because I love my mom, and I want her to know I love her. I don't want her to ever feel like I never cared. And I feel like that's how she feels. Like her kids don't care, you know? And that saddens me. Whether I agreed with my parents or not agreed with my parents and how they raised me. And I'm pretty sure you guys all can relate to what I'm saying. Um, we don't all agree with some of the things our parents do, and how they raised us, or you wish they could have done better, or, you know, um, whatever the circumstances. And I just feel like that's not a good reason. You should always forgive, okay? You don't have to forget because that's what makes you a stronger person. But you must forgive. God says to forgive. You need to forgive, okay? No, it's not easy. And let me tell you, I've battled all my life, okay? And um, I learned that you have to forgive, okay? And, you know, put your differences aside, and you only have one mother and one father, and they gave you light. And I truly feel that her kids forget that. And that is the saddest thing I've ever in my life seen or felt. Okay. Now I can see if there was some major reason to them not wanting to, and I feel like, okay, you don't want to accept it. You want to blame everybody, but, whatever. And um, you need to step back and look at the reality, you know. And I would never forgive myself. Although I live halfway across the world from my mom, I would never forgive myself if I didn't call my mom every day. If I didn't tell my mom I loved her. If I didn't send her cards on the holidays, or even called her, even if you can't afford a card, what does it cost to call her? You know? Um, I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but if you're watching this, whether you have a sick parent or grandparent or a healthy parent or grandparent, maybe, and I know it's hard this year to be with family, maybe you haven't spoken to your mother or your father, maybe because of some bad feuding, you know, and it's hard, to let it go. Um, and maybe you should reach out to them because you don't want to live life not talking to your parents, not talking to your siblings. You never know, when you wish that you did do that. You know, tomorrow ain't promised to us. Tomorrow ain't promised to me. So I'm going to do this. Okay? I have a sister out there. I have two sisters. One I've talked to you guys about, Renee. And then I have a little sister. We look identical. Just about. Okay? And we have a lot of differences. But I love her. She's my sister. I might not agree with her, and she may not agree with me, but I love her. She's my sister. Okay? And whether wrong, right, or indifferent, you know, I'll always love her. So if you're watching this, know that I love you. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you. So, you know, I truly feel like, even if you try to make amends, and I've never done anything to my sister, um, she just stays to herself. But I do want her to know I love her. I mean, I live halfway across the world, so, you know, but she is my sister. Um, and I love all my kids as well, you know, even if they done some really crazy stuff. Um, and, they don't realize the effect of that they done to hurt people. You know, I still love them. It doesn't mean I have to agree with their actions or their behaviors, because they know better. They just choose to do what they do. So it's that, you know. I wish all of them the best in life. Um, but I am gonna put out there that I do love my sister very much. I love my sisters, both of my sisters, very dearly. um, and um, yes, me and my sister Lisa were close at one time, and we've changed. Um, she stays to herself. I live halfway across the world. Um, and I've changed. And I've been through hell and high water. You know, and like I said, she may disagree with some of me of what I've lived and done, and I may disagree with what she's done or what she's doing in life. You know, but that is my sister, and I do love her very much. Um, and I love my mom very much, and I love my other sister Annette very much. You know, and family is a very important thing. I don't care whether I talk to my family or not. Mm, I will go to hell and high water for my family. Okay, um, that's just me. You know, um, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not gonna let somebody railroad or disrespect my family, even if they're wrong. Um, I will tell them, that they were wrong. But no. Um, I don't believe in that, and I believe in I have a very high moral standard for family. Um, Even with me halfway across the world, I keep in touch with most of my family, not all of them. Um, and I just, oh God, Jamal, I need a cup of coffee. I'll drink my coffee. Um, and it's just, family is very important to me, and I see firsthand. I know the pain, the agony of a family. I know what it feels like as the down in the pits, almost hell of families are. And I've been through, you know, upper and positive and great. and rewarding and, emotional and spiritual and all that good stuff part of a family, okay? And every family has its ups and downs, but, you know, I remember, back in the day when you couldn't separate us at all, you know, we enjoyed being together, you know, the family. And, it's hard because I live halfway across the world. But if I had my way, my wish would be to have my family here with me, um, especially for Christmas. Even my little sister and her kids, you know, and even my great nieces, you know, and nephews, So, um, and I think about them all the time, you know. I get to see them, I and virtually, when I talk on the computer to them and stuff, and it's amazed me with how much they grown, and um, how much they look like their mom, and my niece looks just like my sister, and her kids look just like her. know, it's like looking in the mirror at my sister when she was a kid, a baby, and stuff. But and that's my older sister, So um, I know it's hard, and I know with everything going on in the world, even if you talk to your family, and you're all grown and you have your own family, and you just, haven't talked to a family member lately, why don't you try calling them? Just check on them. Wish just to call them if you want to, just to call them to say Merry Christmas. You know, um, you know how much that would probably mean to them? Probably a whole lot. Just to hear you, you know, just real, for real, you know. And like I said, I'm not promised tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep fighting, and I'm gonna fight till the end. And that's what I do. I'm a fighter, So I'm gonna keep fighting the fight, you all, and I'm gonna be getting married on the 18th, and I'm gonna be videotaping that for you all in the upcoming days. Um, I should say in the upcoming week, and it's just gonna be a great thing, Um, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. Um, you guys will see me making my cake. Um, to get off all that emotional stuff now. And there'll be so much more to come. But please keep in mind, have a safe holiday to come, and enjoy your kids. Spend time with them. Have some fun. You know, if you're, working hard, or if you're YouTubers, take time out for your family. Pre-record videos if you have to upload. You know what I'm saying? And I know that can be hectic sometimes, but I hope you guys enjoy your week. I'm gonna be making cookies tomorrow, um, so maybe I'll tape that and upload it for you guys. Um, I'm gonna be doing chocolate chip cookies, and maybe I'll do some gingerbread. I don't know, but in the next few days, maybe I'll make some gingerbread houses. Maybe I'll do that with her and record it so you guys can see. Maybe I can try to get her to do some of that stuff. Bye, you all.